Good morning, students. Welcome back to our class. Today we are going to read a new chapter, and the name of the chapter is Chapter 5, The Summit Within, and it is in your Honeydew book. So, students, as you all know, the summit within, that means the summit, the toppest, which is inside yourself. So, students, with this chapter, we are going to inculcate two Dalmia core values among the students: happiness and open mindedness. Happiness, when the students will learn about the mountain climbers, that how they have overcome all the obstacles and how they got victory over their challenges, so they will become happy. Open mindedness, they will open their mind and they will learn that if we are having a strong willpower, determination, and endurance, persistence, if we are having these qualities, then definitely we will overcome all the challenges which will come in our life. So, students, welcome back to the chapter The Summit Within, and it is written by Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia. So, students, Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia, Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia was one of the expedition members who belonged to Punjab, and they were having the yes. So Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. So how did he feel when he stood on the highest point in the world? Let us hear his story in his words: climbing the summit, and then the more difficult task of climbing the summit within. See, climbing the summit of the Mount Everest, it is a different thing. And climbing the summit within yourself, which is inside ourselves, it is also a difficult task. So, of all the emotions which surged means which was flowing through me is HPS Major Aluwalia. As I stood on the summit is the top, it is the crust of Everest, looking over miles of panorama. Panorama is the landscape, it is the view below us. The dominant means the main one, I think, was humility. Humility means humbleness, softness, politeness. The physical in me seemed to say, thank God, it's all over. What's all over? The obstacles, what the problems were coming in climbing the Mount Everest was all over. Now we got the success. So physically what he was saying, he was thanking God. Thank God, it's all over. However, instead of being jubilant means victorious, having the feeling of victory, there was a tinge. Tinge means a hint, a touch of sadness. Why sadness? Was it because I had already done the ultimate? Ultimate means the last, the crucial in climbing, and there would be nothing higher to climb, and all the roads hereafter would lead down. That means why he was feeling sad? Definitely he was happy also, but still a touch of sadness was there. Why? Because the Mount Everest is the highest peak of the mountain in the world. So now he is thinking, now no more challenges because I have climbed the highest peak. Now the rest of the life there will be no challenges. What will I do? See, students, the persons, the people who are always ready to accept the challenges, they want new and new discoveries. They want to make a new history. So now there is a tinge of sadness in Major HPS Haluwalia because he has climbed the topmost summit of the Mount Everest, which is the highest mountain peak in the world. So that means now he will not be able to climb. Yes, he has climbed the toppest. So there was a tinge of sadness in him. By climbing the summit of Everest, you are overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means stunned, surprised by a deep sense of joy and thankfulness. It is a joy which lasts a lifetime. Last means which remains. The experience changes you completely. The man who has been to the mountains is never the same again. Yes, because totally his mind is changed. Yes. Why? Because now he has become a different man. How different? He's having same features. Physically he is same. But mentally he has become slightly different because his thoughts have been different. Now he will be thinking in a different manner. Yes. So he is the man, the experience changes you completely. The man who has been to the mountains is never the same again. As I look back at life after climbing Everest, I cannot help remarking about the other summit. Other summits means the other summits of the mountains. Summit, I told you, it is the toppest, it is the crust, the summit of the mind. Yes, student, this is also a thing because physically we can climb any summit, but mentally it is very difficult for us to get victory over the summit of the mind because lots of things goes inside our mind. We have lots of fear, we have lots of courage also, lots of cowardliness also. So we have to bring a victory over all these thoughts. That is a difficult task. So the summit of the mind, no less formidable. Formidable means it is also a difficult task and no easier to climb. See, when we do something, we achieve something very, this one, something very special. So we are just full of joy. You can see how that person is jumping. The greatest victory you can win is over your mind. So students, even when getting down from the summit, once the physical exhaustions had gone, exhaustion means tiredness. Okay? Tiredness had gone, I began asking myself the question why I had climbed Everest. Why did the act of reaching the summit have such a hold on my imagination? Why I thought of climbing the Mount Everest? Why not the other thing? Yes, this was the thing which was going on in his mind. Whose mind? Major HPS Ahluwalia's mind. Why I thought of climbing Mount Everest? Why not the other thing? So why did the act of reaching the summit have such a hold on my imagination? It was already a thing of the past, something done yesterday. With every passing day, it would become more remote. Remote means more distant. It will be going away from our mind. See, students, what you did in nursery class, you will not remember in class 11th and 12th. Because the time just swipes away all the things, all your imaginations, little one or two things which that will be memorable, that will be coming in your mind, but you will slowly forget the other memories. So similarly, what he is telling, will I forget that I have climbed the Mount Everest with the passing of the time? And then what would remain? Would my memories fade? Fade means to reduce, to become less. Slowly away? Will my memories fade away? So these were the thoughts which were going in Major HPS Ahluwalia's mind. All these thoughts led me to question myself as to why people climb mountains. Why do they climb mountains? It is not easy to answer the question. Yes, it's not easy. Yes. Why not the other thing? Why the people think to climb mountain only? Why not the other thing they want to do? So there is some special think or special imagination or special desire for that person who wants to climb the Mount Everest. The simplest answer would be, as others have said, because it is there. It, climbing on a mountain, presents great difficulties. Man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. Obstacles are the hurdles, are the problems, and the obstacles in climbing a mountain are physical. Why? Because Mount Everest is there, so we have to climb it. One answer is this. Some say because yes, everyone is trying, so I also tried. I want to see the obstacles which comes in the middle of climbing the Mount Everest. A climb to a summit means endurance. Endurance is the patience. Persistence is the determination, is the obstinacy. And willpower is the your strong determination power. The demonstration means to display, to show of these physical qualities is no doubt exhilarating. Exhilarating means full of excitement, exciting, as it was for me also. Yes, see what he is telling. A climb to a summit means the three qualities that person should possess within himself. What are those? First is endurance. Endurance means that person should have the quality of patience. Second is persistence. He must have the determination power, the obstinacy, the stubbornness inside himself, and the willpower. Yes, definitely. Whether what happens, I have to do this. So these three qualities the person should have to climb a summit. So as it was for me also, I have a more personal answer to the question. From my childhood, I have been attracted by mountains. HPS, Major HPS Aluwalia was always attracted by the mountains. See, every people is having some attractions. Some are very fond of reading books. Some are very fond of seeing the aircraft, aeroplanes, why they want to become pilot. Some they are very interested in seeing the astronomical things. So different persons have different hobbies, different attractions. Similarly, HPS Aluwalia was attracted by mountains. I had been miserable. Miserable means unhappy, becoming very sad. I had been lost when away from mountains in the plains. Consider a typical climb towards the summit on the last height. You are sharing a rope with another climber. Means you see the group is going. Okay, so in that group there may be 5 to 10 persons or 3 to 5 or more than that also. So they are imagining. See how we are climbing. You can see in the picture also. See on the screen. So you form it. He cuts the steps in the hard ice. So Mount Everest is full of ice. There are lots of animals also. You have to face that danger of the animals also. There are a lot of this one diseases also in the cold you can get. So many problems, many things are there, many hurdles are there, many obstacles are there. So you have to overcome all these hurdles. Then only you will get victory. Then he belays. Belays means to control a rope that a climber is attached to and keep it tight so that if the climber falls, they do not fall very far. And you inch your way up. The climb is grim. Grim is very difficult. You strain. Strain means burden every nerve as you take every step. Yes, because in every step, danger is there. You may fall down, or the rope may cut down, or some wild animal may come, some snake may come, or the ice may melt away. So there are lots of problems. So every step is full of danger. Famous climbers have left records of the help given by others. So those who have, before they have climbed, they have given many records for the help. They have also recorded how they needed just that help, else they might have given up. See, students, when we are going, we are doing some difficult tasks. Many times, what happens? See, I'm just giving you one example of Sherpa, Tenzing Sherpa. So he was the one who climbed Mount Everest in a very young age. I think he was 20 or 22 years old. So at first he tried. At first he tried and he almost reached the top. But what happened? But what happened? He was suffering from one disease, and that disease was of cold. What was that? According to that, if that disease comes in your finger, the finger will be cut. If it is coming in your all five fingers will be cut. If it is coming in your hand will be cut. So he has to return back. He felt very sad because he was almost towards the victory. But what happened? He failed. Again he tried, and for the second time he got success. So similarly, students, people who are the mountaineers, who are climbing the mountain, they almost reach the top, but something happens and they have to return. So students, this was the case. So they need help from each other. How they get? They just encourage each other. See, only 50 feet is left. See, only 40 feet is left. See, we are near to the success. So they just encourage each other, and then they are able to climb the topmost. So students, this encouragement of the friends is also very important. Breathing is difficult. You find difficulty in breathing as you go on upwards. You curse yourself for having let yourself for this. Now you start cursing yourself. Why I chose this? Why I chose this climbing mountain? See, I'm suffering a lot. You wonder why you ever undertook the ascent. Ascent is the climb. So now they are just making a lot of commitment. Why you did this? There are moments when you feel like going back also. So many of them come back because they can't face the problems. They come back. But only rare persons are there, those who overcome all the obstacles and they get success. Why? Because they are having the three qualities inside them. One is endurance, second is persistence, and the third is willpower. All these three things will encourage you a lot. So it would be sure. Sure means completely, utterly, completely relieved to go down instead of up. So they are just not putting their brain. If you will go down, the same problem you are going to face, then why don't you go up? But they feel relief in going down. But almost at once you snap, you come down, you come back out of that mood. There is something in you that does not let you give up the struggle. And what is that? The three qualities: endurance, persistence, and willpower. Because of these three qualities, you will not give up and you go on. Your companion keeps up with you just another 50 feet or 100, maybe more than that. You ask yourself, is there no end? Because they take a lot of months when they are climbing the Mount Everest. So they think there is no end of the sight. You look at your companion and he looks at you. You draw inspiration. Inspiration is the motivation from each other because there is no one other who is going to inspire you. So you have to take inspiration from each other. And then, without first being aware of it, you are at the summit. Means you have done it. Looking down from the summit, you tell yourself that it was worthwhile. Worthwhile means it was correct. That I have not gone down. Instead of going down, I came up, and that was my right decision. Other silvery means full of silver. Silver is a kind of ornaments. So it is like that. Peaks appear through the clouds. If you are lucky, the sun may be on them. The surrounding peaks looks like a jeweled necklace. Necklace is the ornaments which you wear in your neck, around the neck of your summit. So it looks like a necklace. Below you see vast. Vast means very huge, big. Valleys sloping into the distance. It is an ennobling. Ennobling means which is rising up, giving a happy spirit. Enriching means enhancing experience to just look down from the summit of a mountain. See, you can see on the pictures, dear students, how that person is feeling happy. He's holding the flag of India. Why? Because he had got victory. He has got this victory for his country, for himself, for his family. So there are a lot of people behind his victory. So you go down and make your obeisance. Obeisance means it is a respect. It is a kind of homage to whichever god you worship. Then you worship the god. Thank God, I was able to climb the Mount Everest. I got success. So definitely you will thank God, you will thank your parents, and you will thank whoever the persons helped you. So I left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. Rawat left a picture of goddess Durga because he used to worship goddess Durga. And two Dorji left a relic. Relic is a, it is a, yes, work of art. It is a piece of resemblance of memory of the Buddha. Edmund Hillary had buried a cross under a cairn. Cairn is a heap of rocks and stones in the snow. These are not symbols of conquest, but of reverence. Reverence means worship. Because when they were on their fight, this was a kind of fight, battle. So at that time they used to pray their God. The God, Goddess Durga or Goddess Vaiguru, God Vaiguru, please help us. So they used to thank when they overcome all these problems. The experience of having climbed to the summit changes you completely. There is another summit now. This was the physical summit. Now there is another summit. It is within yourself. It is in your mind. Each man carries within himself his own mountain peak. Means he is having a lot of thoughts in his mind. His mind is full of thoughts. So in climbing that summit is also very difficult task. He must climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. Then only he will be able to get with a good knowledge. He must climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. It is fearful and unscalable. It cannot be climbed by anyone else. Nobody can help you in climbing the summit within yourself. Nobody. Only it is you who is going to climb that summit. You yourself have to do it. Yes? The physical act of climbing to the summit of a mountain outside is a keen. Keen means it's similar to the act of climbing the mountain within also. The effects of both the climbs are the same, whether the mountain you climb is physical or emotional and spiritual. The climb will certainly change you. Yes, whether you are climbing physically, whether you have climbed Mount Everest, or you have climbed the summit within yourself. After climbing it, you are a totally changed person. It teaches you much about the world and about yourself. I venture, I venture is to presume or to dare or to have courage to think that my experience as an Everester has provided me with the inspiration to face life's ordeals. Ordeals are the pains, troubles of your life. Resolutely, determinedly climbing the mountain was a worthwhile experience. Worthwhile, which has changed you totally. The conquest of the eternal summit is equally worthwhile. Climbing the Mount Everest is worthwhile, it is also important. Climbing the summit within yourself is also equally important. The eternal summits are perhaps higher than Everest. Yes, students. If you want to do something good, some new, some special, you want to make a record, then you have to first climb the summit within yourself. The thoughts, the bad thoughts which are going inside yourself, you have to remove that bad thoughts and you have to come with new, innovative thoughts, with positive thoughts. Then only you will be able to face the challenges of the life. So instead of climbing physically, climbing the summit of any mountain, first climb the summit within yourself. Students, then only you will get success in your life. So students, this was all about this chapter. I hope you enjoyed this chapter. Remain at your home, fit, stay healthy, and we will meet in our next class. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.